Uh, Good evening, everyone, and I would like to thank organizer to give us the opportunity to speak in front of you about the personalized medicine healthcare. Though I kept as a genomics angle, so here I will be discussing some of the updates that Illumina did in the JP Morgan, and I will also some new technologies in the single cell domain and spatial transcriptomics that are changing our view how we analyzed our samples. So coming to the partnership of Illumina and Premas in India is now moving in the 15th year. It's a long journey. And Illumina, with the mandate of improving human health by unlocking the power of the genome, is their goal, or they have working at extensively in this area and developing the technologies, launching the new sequencer as per the need of the market. And they have almost completed 2 decades in this area, in this genomics area. The Premas was founded in 2005 as a subsidiary of Premas Biotech, and it became a complete entity in 2011, and with technology and knowledge partners for Indian researchers and the clinical diagnostic community. Coming to the 2020 key focus area of Illumina. So in this, we are focusing more on enabling through breakthrough genomic research to the users, accelerate the clinical adoption of the genomics. That is also one of the prime focus of Illumina. At the same time, we are advancing the technology leadership and innovation. So Illumina have what we say accelerator, Illumina Accelerator, where many companies are under incubation and they are getting funds from venture capitals to move in those direction and develop or evolve new technologies that will help to the user in the area of AI, in the therapeutics, and even in the diagnostics. So this is one of the paper, the cover image from AstraZeneca. So you can see, I will say the precision medicine is right now from the patient to the patients, or the existing patient studies, study of existing patient, and using those knowledge, how we can make the patients or the future patient in a better way, or treat in a better way the future patients. This is one of the very interesting, what we say, interesting cartoon was there from Nilesh Chan, who is the founder of Clean Vintage Healthcare. And you can see genomics or personalized medicine has many areas in which is developing a bioeconomy also at the same time. Starting from, so centric portion is the patient and the citizen, where people want a healthy life or healthy individual and all those stuff. Then we can see the doctors are there, insurers are there, the universities, the labs, the local authorities, and the government should be also participating in that. The large corporates and startups or the small medium enterprises will be there. The service providers are there, the professionals are there. So ultimately you can see it is creating a socio-economic kind of activity, and also will be helpful to lower the burden of what we say economic healthcare as the future moves. So this is the current situation of Illumina sequencer across the globe. The high throughput we can see around 920 plus 1300 high-seq, so almost crossing to 2500. And then we are having mid throughput NextSeq in the clinical and some clinical domains, and low throughput again subclinical and other domains. So these are the across the globe, and right now around 150 petabases has been sequenced in 2019. So that is a very huge amount, and it also requires the storage. So for storage, some softwares are developing, so that also I will discuss. So earlier India was very, we can say, limited amount of presence in terms of data. Right now you can see those, it is not so dark blue, but still now we are able to find out with the completion of 1008 genome and the previous genome that accumulated, and we are generating data for other in country also at the same time, not only for India. So in terms of sequencing scale, so the first is the cost. Ultimately, people want a cheaper solution at the same time. At the same time, they want to have the speed, they want the reproducibility, they want the scalability and accuracy. So these are the prime focus area of Illumina also, to develop those technologies that fulfill all these parameters. Coming to this cost per genome, when it was dropped down up to 20 times. So you can see the amount of data increased up to 50 times, and the customer base increased 10 times. So this also gives you a picture of when Illumina is launching new sequencer in the industry, it is well adopted and the people are using it extensively for sequencing human genome data. So the ultimate goal of a precision medicine is like a report. This is that it is there, we call comprehensive genome profiling. So we have a patient data where the summary of the findings are at the top. Then we have the variants of clinical significance that are found associated with this particular associated with therapies, and interpretation findings supporting evidence of the data, and also at the same time if we have some clinical trials associated with this particular variants that is there. So this is one of the aspect that Illumina is providing to all the users, and recently they have launched, it will be available by Q2 2020. We are naming as a TruSight software suite that will give you the secondary analysis, interpretation and reporting. So this suite will help to multiple activity has not to be performed, so it will be like quick, seamless and cost effective. Right now the selected beta users are the Children's Hospital Colorado, Sick Kids and UC San Diego. The developmental collaborator is Mayo Clinic. Coming to one of the aspect that we want to store our data, because one human genome practically occupies around 250 GB of data on a hard disk, and this is the example of one of the software that is from Petagene, distributed in India by Genique, one of our another subsidiary. So it can compress data up to 70%. The same data is identical, and ultimately we can see from 379 GB data it is compressed to 870, and it can be retrieved without any data loss. So lossless, transparent NGS data compression. So this is the technology. This is the Illumina Accelerator program that they started in 2014, and now it is expanded in UK also. And this is the mission to get, because all this activity one company cannot do individually, so they need some different mindsets and different groups of people, because we do have to work on hardware, we have to work on software, we have to work on other chemistries or chemical sciences also at the same time. So we can see around 190 million of venture capital funding has been given to 33 startups till date. So these are the around 33 companies that are in the diagnostic domain, therapeutic domains. They are also in the consumer software domain. So these are the various domains in which these companies are working, and with the help of Illumina. So this is one of the slide that I want to share, how analysis has been speeded up by Illumina. So one company was Adico Genome that was developing this server for using that was inbuilt FGBA card. So that was speeding the analysis of human genome just in 20 minutes. So the CCMB has that system. So this can deliver. So they established, the Reddy Children's Hospital established a 19.5 hour world record from sample to finding or sample to answer. And previous the record was analyzing 1,000 genome, whole genome sequencing in 2.25 hours. So that was a tremendous speed that has been provided by this company, and ultimately it was acquired by Illumina, and now we are providing it to all our users. Now where are the opportunities and where are the new areas that NGS is moving, and Illumina is more focusing on those areas, or the other companies are also focusing. One is the liquid biopsy. Then synthetic biology, the immunoprofiling, Dr. Malali just focused that why it is very much important. Microbiome is also one of the focused area. CRISPR is infectious diseases. These are like emerging application on which NGS is playing a bigger role. And the novel method, single cell genomics is still there, spatial transcriptomics and rare variant detections are there. And the key initiative, that is UK Biobank, all of us, Human Cell Atlas. So these are the company which are developing all this, or we can say organization like Human Cell Atlas.
You have 2 more minutes now.
Okay, thank you, sir. I will just complete within that minute. Then the aim is like moving towards 10 million plus global samples, and this is around 50 plus global initiative in the population genome sequencing is there. I will focus one of the aspect of the National Health Services from UK, which is now being established, means they are targeting it by 2050. They will generate data from 5 lakh samples from patients. They started their journey from 2014. In December, they completed, in 2018, they completed 1 lakh sample sequence. So the focus areas are diagnosing rare diseases, match the patient to the most effective treatment and increase the number of cancer survivors. So that is also, so similarly Illumina is also focusing in this area with enabling innovators, broaden the use of the technology for IVD applications and accelerate the research that is towards the patient and having the impact on their life. These are our most, we can say, different companies that having partnership with Illumina to develop their solution on Illumina platforms, which includes big brands and new startups also at the same time, mostly in the early screening, therapeutic and monitoring. So GRAIL is one of the application where the cell-free DNA technology is being developed. Apart from this, it is also partnering in the IVD domain at the same time with all this QIAGEN, Sysmex and some other companies. Then Illumina and Ross just now have partnership for 15 years to offering their companion diagnostic using Illumina solution and develop more on that so that the diagnostic market using NGS should grow up. This is the total in the 2019 was very great for Illumina. Largest number of shipment has been done, and these are the installation base right now. Almost we can say 300 million people have affected lives. I will skip this. This is the new sequencer that is launched NextSeq 2000.
We are moving into the question answer time now.
Okay. So I will skip to this slide, the single cell genomics, in which now we are offering, people are using sequencing of each and every cell RNA and then characterizing and their cell types. So this is one of the CFTR thing. So they discovered inosites that was having 50% of the CFTR DNA. So now this was new discovery, and now people are developing those therapeutic technologies in this area so that the patient could be benefited. I will skip multiple cell carcinoma. This is one of the spatial transcriptomics where we are offering from the tissue how you can get the RNA data at various locations. So next slide you will get, this is H&E stain. This is total number of RNA at various locations. This is the total number of gene at various locations. This is the cell types at various locations or tissue types at various locations. So it is comparable to the H&E stain. So this is one of the data that people are exploring from the cancer samples, developmental biology and other area of the sciences. So I think that's all.